Hello, everyone. Ian Hamilton with Good Virtual Reality here, and thanks for giving us your time today. In case you're new here, you can become a subscriber at goodvirtualreality.com. Many episodes of this podcast head out over email first to paid subscribers before publishing everywhere. Thank you to my founding members, paid subscribers, sponsors, and the donations I've received supporting the production of this independent journalism directly. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell me what you do and where we are right now?
This is Ralph Jodas, General Manager for North America for XREAL. We are at Augmented World Expo 2026.
And what did you introduce at this conference? What is the next announcement? You've been hitting it hard with a lot of headsets. What is this new one?
This was a big one for us. This was a big week where we introduced XREAL Aura, which means we took the project out of Project Aura, which we've been talking about for a couple of months now. And we formally introduced XREAL Aura. And what we wanted to do this week was give customers a reason to buy, a reason to get excited, because launch is coming. Launch is coming in the fall, and we're getting closer. So we wanted to start showing people what Aura is. We have been running demos all week. We started to give a peek at some reservation systems for those day one adopters who want to be there. We opened that up. And then we started to talk about XR experiences you're going to get on Aura day one. So that's what our focus was this week, was helping folks know this is real and this is coming.
All right, so let's remove as much jargon as we can from this conversation. Describe the product to me, what it does for the user, and how it's different from maybe the past ones.
Yeah, jargon free. Aura is wired XR glasses. It's a pair of XREAL glasses that we're pretty good at making. We've been making AR or display glasses for a couple of years. We've made the most, we've sold the most, we're pretty good at it. What Aura is it's a split compute unit, meaning it's the glasses plus a puck or a compute unit. I like to think of it as a AI spatial computer. It looks like a phone without a phone screen that you plug our Aura glasses into, and then all the compute, the spatial processing, the battery lives inside of this little CPU. Snapdragon Reality Elite chip is inside of the puck. An XREAL X1S chip is inside of the glasses, and that split compute lets us offload a lot of the compute and the battery all into the puck, which helps the glasses stay light and stay cooler temperature, and it helps keep the price, we think, in a little more of an accessible point.
And then 2 USB ports on there, and what do they do?
Yeah, so the puck has 2 USB-C ports, which is also unique in and of itself. One is for the glasses, and then the second is for power. So that means while there is a full battery baked into the puck, you could also keep it plugged in so you never run out of power. So 2 USB-C ports on the puck, one to power the glasses because the glasses don't have a battery in them. That's how we keep these things under 95 grams. That has to be the sweet spot of wearables in the glasses form factor. Under 100 grams, the lower the better. So under 95 by not putting batteries in it. So we have the wired tether that goes into the puck does the battery and does the compute.
If you had to break down the use cases here, do you expect it to be mostly consumption? If you had to say a percentage of how often people are going to be doing interactive content versus consumption content?
60-40, 70-30, it's more consumption. That's where glasses like this, display glasses, video glasses, that's where they've been for the past couple of years. So there's these built-in customers, there's built-in understanding, built-in users that are used to consumption. So like, yeah, I bet it's 60-70% consumption in the early days versus lean in and engagement content. And part of that is developers are making amazing XR content now. So we need to give them time to make, let them cook. And what we're seeing developers make for actual unique, honest to goodness XR content is really freaking cool, but we got to give them time to do it. So that 60-70% consumption, 30-40% lean in and engage is going to start ratioing. It's going to start leveling out as we actually ship this device and as developers get more time to build really cool XR apps.
So it runs full Android XR?
That's right. It runs full Android XR, which means Play Store is right there, which means there's 3.5 million apps available day one, because those are apps in Play Store. Android is the world's most prolific mobile operating system. So there's a ton of developers and a ton of apps in Android today. All those are available day one, but then it's those unique XR apps. It's the developers who are making engaging multimodal AI XR apps. There's more than 100 in development now, and we'll have a pretty cool bank of experiences day one and then beyond as more developers ramp up and start creating.
Do you expect people to use gamepads or tracked controllers?
We're compatible with gamepads today because the puck is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So I can Bluetooth in an Xbox Bluetooth controller today or a PS DualSense controller and sit back gaming using a gamepad. Or similarly for productivity, I could Bluetooth in like a wireless keyboard and then I can have my workspace on the go. I think we'll see a higher amount of gamepads for now, but similar to what we said a minute ago, until the ratios start evening out. So we're playing games here at AWE and we're showing some really innovative XR games like Demio from Resolution, turn-based tabletop game where you're using multimodal control. You're out there grabbing pixels, you're out there moving invisible pixels with your hands, and it looks and plays really well because Resolution is amazing. But also, we've got coming Project Hail Mary Journey Among the Stars, which is a full XR game also that you're going to control with your hands in the real world. We've got Fallout Factions from the Bethesda universe that's coming over. These are studios that don't miss for games that play really beautifully, made for XR. So it's not all just gamepad games, it's actually gesture and XR games too.
You didn't mention much on track controllers. A hand controller in each hand that can be tracked by lights.
We'll have more to talk about that probably a little later.
Okay. Can you bring in power and display over that second USB-C? Can it both take power from an external device and display at the same time?
Yes, it can, because a huge superpower of Aura and the puck is extending desktop. So plugging into your PC, plugging into a laptop, plugging into a Steam Deck or any handheld gaming station, providing power, but also then providing that machine's display through the Aura glasses. So we can have our giant 70-degree field of view filled with, I don't know, your MacBook Pro display over here, and then on the right, a different Aura app, and next to that, another Aura app, and next to that, another Aura app. And they can all exist in one giant 70-degree field of view. And then Gemini, that's so baked into Aura, can communicate and exist across all of them, from the laptop to the Android XR experiences. It's really neat.
What's the display system?
It's a modified version of Bird Bath. So our lenses inside our glasses are physical optics, physical lenses that sit inside the glasses. It's a flat prism lens, so it's an evolution of the triangular Bird Bath that existed in the past. We were able to take that triangle and shrink it by 44% to a flat prism lens. So it is not waveguide. And why we like this is it gives us richer visuals at a more economical price. So we can do big, rich, high-end visuals at something that's still a little more attainable in price.
So, since you're talking about this product right now, you're probably not going to want to say too much about the future, but what factors need to improve to access larger markets? What is the order that you go in down the list of what you need to work on first and second and third?
It's fit and comfort's probably way up at the top. We need to get lighter. We need to get thinner. Fit and comfort is so important for mass adoption, right? Everyone, many people are looking ahead to that future where it is a pair of glasses that is completely indistinguishable from smart glasses to your reading glasses. We don't get there without the innovations that are happening today. We don't get to that without what XREAL's doing with Aura with our split compute system. We don't get there without what Snap's doing with Specs. We don't get there without what Meta's doing with Ray-Ban and other partners. So fit and comfort is super important. So right now, like I said earlier, we're at about 95 grams. We need to keep getting that lighter. We need to make sure that the comfort is balanced evenly on your nose and ears. So comfort and fit is really important. But just as important, if not more, is absolutely content. Content is what's going to really sell these kind of things. What can you do in these glasses? And we believe that content comes through Android XR and our relationship with Google and that Play Store with 3.5 million flat 2D apps today and hundreds of XR apps in development. Content is king. So developers making cool XR content being able to go between platforms, I think is where we need to get, which is really aggressive because platforms are generally pretty siloed. I get it. But imagine if we can help bridge the gap for developers to bring their content across different eyewear, across different platforms. I think that's going to be an important part. So that was a long answer. The short answer again is fit and feel needs to get better and really exploding content.
Do you expect to use Android XR for future devices as well? Is it Android XR from here?
Yes, I expect to use Android XR for future devices as well. I won't go too deep into the roadmap. We have a pretty robust roadmap that goes across a lot of things. We've got new XREAL glasses that we launched recently with partners at Asus and the ROG brand. That's not Android XR, but an amazing pair of glasses that have a 240 hertz refresh rate, which is really wild for AR glasses. We're going to keep going down the wearable display path, and we'll also keep going down the spatial computing path. Different partners on different sides, different use cases. So we're going to keep doing both of them. So it's not only one flavor.
You would call these spatial computing path?
Yes, this is the spatial computing path with Android XR and XREAL Aura, and then our wearable displays will keep going. We're launching our next pair of wearable displays in July. We call it X by XREAL, shorthand XBX. This is a $299 model, like gateway market, entry level, simple and easy to use, plug and play. So we're going to keep launching new glasses in that line, and we'll keep going all in with Android XR and Aura.
I'm trying to wrap my head around it myself while I'm trying to make it easier for the readers to understand what the differences are between these different lines.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting this like entry level. Are those taking in an external display as their main function?
Yeah, you're right. And maybe the easier way to think of it is glasses with apps versus glasses that connect to your device that has apps. Maybe that's one way to think about it, because our wearable display glasses, like that new X by XREAL model that's coming in July at $299, you plug that into your phone, your computer, you plug that into any other device, and that's where the content comes from. There's limited spatial computing built into those glasses. There's different limited functionality, but hey, you want a beautiful big screen that you can take anywhere that comes from that other device where you play video games, where you watch movies, where you do work, plug and play. Then the Android XR world is those apps are all built in. That's an ecosystem where there are Android XR apps that exist inside that compute puck that we talked about earlier.
Do you think you come back to enclosed, fully immersive content or headsets here? Do you come back to that, or do you usually stay open from here on out?
There's absolutely a place for headsets and the enclosed environments that they offer and those fully immersive, larger fields of view, 360 degrees visuals. There's absolutely a place for that. That's not where our focus is right now. Our focus is on glasses. Our focus is on OST, being able to see the real world around you, not a recreation of it. We're going to stay focused on lightweight portable glasses, but there's absolutely space for others to make those headsets.
If you had to go back to that percentage thing, how often is it seated versus walking around with them? Is anyone ever walking around in them, or is it 100%, 90% seated content consumption?
I wouldn't call it 100% or 90%. It's much higher seated for sure. However, because it is OST, because we can see the world around us, because if we're using Aura with the puck, it has a pocket clip. It also has a lanyard. Like, this is meant to be portable. Are you going to be walking down the street with XREAL Aura with your apps and holograms? There's probably more limited use cases for that. I tend to think of it more as if you were going to reach for your laptop, you could reach for Aura instead. You're probably not walking down the street with your laptop or tablet out, probably your phone. But if you're reaching for a laptop or tablet experience, reach for Aura. So it is meant to be portable, especially if you're doing something like location-based entertainment, or you're playing like a tabletop game where you want to be able to walk around that tabletop. That's very portable. And that's the benefit of OST, where you can see through the glasses. You're not going to walk into a wall or knock your Gatorade can over because you can't see. It is portable. What's the ratio? I don't know, 70-30 again, probably for now, until we see more experiences created. I don't want to say Aura will replace your TV and Aura will replace your laptop. I will be clear, Aura can absolutely supplement those screens and it can be there in place of. When your TV's not available, when your laptop's not available, Aura can do what those screens can do. And they can do it portable, they can do it virtual, they can do it spatial, meaning you can make those screens bigger and smaller and farther. When we're traveling, who travels with external monitors? Very few of us. But if I have to get work done on an airplane, in a hotel, and I want that extra real estate that I didn't have with me, any of our XREAL glasses, let alone Aura, is a great alternative to that. The point I'm trying to make is I don't think people will stop buying TVs or stop buying laptops and start only buying AR glasses, but I do believe they will reach for their AR glasses when that other screen is not available.
Interesting. I've heard from some of my sources, it needs to replace something in order for it to reach mass market. As soon as someone can buy this instead of something else, that's when we achieve mass market. It sounds like you're working towards that.
We don't get there without these iterative steps that are happening now. We don't get to replace the TV, the computer, the phone. That's generational type of stuff, right? Like someday phones will start to shrink in sales as glasses overtake them, but that's generations from now, right? That's not going to happen on the back half of 2026 or 2027, but eventually. And we don't get there without these iterative steps.
And would it be fair to say XREAL's strategy is sort of ship fast, find out what the market wants, try something new, respond, and keep going?
I think you nailed it. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we've been doing for the past couple of years is shipping a lot, shipping fast, learning, adapting, and then continuing to keep going. We're not going to slow down. We're going to keep going at a pretty fast clip, and we're going to keep getting better, and we're going to keep learning from customers, and we're going to keep learning with partners. And this is where Android XR really shines, is it's an ecosystem of partners who are all dedicated to push the industry forward. So let's keep going. We'll go at it very hard with OST lightweight glasses. Samsung made an awesome, amazingly high performance device with Galaxy XR. Let's all keep pushing together.
Anything else you want people to know about this project and where XREAL is going, and also discuss the price as we close out here?
XREAL Aura is coming this year. It's coming in the fall. But what we've said this week at AWE is there are 2 reservation paths. You can check it out on our website. And as a reservation path, I mean, if you're an early adopter and you want to make sure you get there day one or in the first wave, because sometimes we can't always guarantee that weeks or months in advance, we have a reservation path for you to do that. $99 today gets you into that wave 1 early access. And it's also going to give you a $199 credit when full pre-orders open. So it's like, hey, you want $100 off? You could jump in line now. We'll tell you about the full price when we get to full pre-orders and when we get to launch, but we want you to have an idea of where it's going to be. So we did say on our website, and I do want to help share now, XREAL Aura is not going to exceed $1,500. It won't exceed $1,500. And I don't mean it's $14.99 and we got you on a $1 technicality. It'll be a little bit under that, but we're going to hold the full price, the full pre-order reveal until we get it just a little bit closer to this fall.
Got it. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.